All right, ladies and gentlemen, heroes and villains, far and wide, scientists of all, welcome back to the Science Lab here at the Fandation Nation. It's been a while, but we back, baby. Gabe, what's up?
I'm uncanceled again. Let's go.
I'm telling you, Kathleen Kennedy, 3 years. You gotta stop
This
not believing.
years.
You gotta stop not believing, Gabe. It's gonna happen. You haven't heard any. She hasn't been fired yet.
She hasn't been fired. It's 2022 already. I don't know what happened.
You were saying on midnight of 2021, 2022,
Midnight
they were gonna
2022.
fire her.
Yeah, announce it. Kathleen Kennedy out.
But I'm sorry, you didn't get your wish.
There's been no news of anything, so I
Not
don't
yet.
know. Like,
I mean, hey,
whatever.
you know when they're gonna announce it? In 3 years when they extend her contract again.
they're gonna extend it. They're just gonna keep extending it.
I'm
She'll
telling.
be dead, and they'll extend it again. They'll be like, extend it.
Look. Here's the thing, Gabe. I think she obviously doesn't know the direction of what she wanted, right? But I think she cares. I think she does care. But now that I think that Dave Filoni maybe have a little more of the reins, I'm hoping. I'm hoping it's gonna be pushed in the right direction. You know what I mean? I'm hoping maybe she's gonna lean back a little bit. She's just gonna make the financial decisions, and then Filoni will make the creative choices from here on out, and everything will look better. I think if that's the relationship they're gonna be having, I think it's gonna be fine. But if it's the
Ultimately,
same,
at the end of the day, I don't care as long as Star Wars is good. Like,
I mean, it's looking good.
as long as it's not the sequel trilogy, it's good.
It's looking good. We can talk about Book of Boba first because we'll save
do
Moon
that.
Knight for the end because that's like the big thumbnail thing. So we'll start with Book of Boba and where Star Wars is at now and like the state of Star Wars for now. So I mean, Episode 5 is coming out tonight, midnight.
Right.
Going into whatever. And I mean, so far I've been enjoying it. Okay, so like here's my thing, right? Episode 1 and 2 were really good. Episode 3 was one of my favorite episodes, which community wise, it seemed like everyone hated Episode 3. When I was a big fan of it, and then Episode 4 was not my least favorite, but it was like not my favorite episode. And then it seemed like the community felt the opposite. Everyone was like, Episode 4 is where it's at, but everything. But I think it's really cool. We have a really big tease at the end of last week's episode of what's going on this week's episode. But before we get that, how do you feel so far about the season, Gabe?
I think Episode 1 was really cool. I think just the Sarlacc thing, like, I mean, and just imagine how many years ago, like, a lot of fans were dreaming of seeing the hand coming out of the Sarlacc pit and
Yeah.
Boba, continuing on. So to see that finally realized was cool. And then, I think my only gripe was maybe a little too much flashback in the first episode because I was kind of like more curious like what's going on like now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been a very slow burn in my opinion for the first handful of episodes. I think it picked up a lot in episode 4. But like the Wookiee is dope. I think that they introduced and
Yeah.
he's a Wookiee from the comics
Yeah,
that they
man.
brought over. Obi-Wan's actually fought this Wookiee in the comics.
Obi-Wan.
So,
I've read that comic. I read it. The Den of Nerds. They did like a live reading of it, and I was there for that shit. It's a dope comic, man.
it's cool. He's a cool Wookiee, and like, I like that they're bringing in characters from the comics that they've been working on. Like you've been working and you've made cool characters in the comics, but like make them relevant in the shows and stuff. And it's cool to see that happen in this show where a comic character that they created is finally crossed over and like is being well received. Episode 2 it was cool. I liked seeing all the Tusken Raider stuff, like seeing them get like kind of like more lore and like more within the world to do. I thought that was cool.
Did you feel like it was too much? Because I feel like that was a big thing that a lot of people were not like. I feel like people were just like, move on from the Tuskens. But it's like I personally didn't feel like it was too much. I thought it was a good amount.
At first, at the beginning of the episode, I like beginning to middle episode, I was kind of feeling like this is a bit too much. But then I think towards the end, they made it feel worthwhile when they showed you. I feel like it got really rich with the whole entire like how they even make like their like little canes and stuff, like their clubs.
Dude,
like how it's like a big deal to them to make that.
Bro,
so
that
I was
was
like, oh, that's cool. That adds to the whole entire backstory of them.
that was a Tusken version of a Jedi lightsaber montage.
Yeah, it was cool. I think it was cool to see that. So like, yeah, it felt like that at the beginning, but then once I saw that, I was like, oh, this is cool. Like I never would have expected like the club that the Tusken Raiders carry would have like a cool story like that, you know?
Yeah, because before it was just known as like a tool to clean bantha teeth. You know what I mean? Like that's all. That's all it was. And then like now,
Yeah, it didn't have any significance, but now it does.
now you find out they go on a crazy drug trip from the Geico lizard, and like they find out about insurance and like get a crazy treat.
And it was just kind of cool, I think, to see like a tribe of the Tuscans do something and like taking Boba, and it was cool to see overall, I think.
And then I thought it was really cool to see the similarities between Tuscans and Mandalorians. Like I don't know if you saw that, but they were saying how some Tuscans don't kill, some are just on respect, and then some are just savages that will kill. Like that kind of reminds me of like the older Mandalorians, you know, like for example, Din Djarin's guild are like kind of more savages, like kind of they're quote unquote pseudo the Death Watch from what we know. And then Bo-Katan, they're more like off respect. We could take off our helmets. It's whatever. But at the same time, that's also a mirror that Boba Fett's trying to do with his crime syndicate. You know, like he wants to switch his crime syndicate to be a crime syndicate of respect. Than you know the usual like Jabba and everything. I love how like everything they're trying to do because the whole like bigger thing of what. So obviously the main thing of Star Wars is the story of the Force, right? But under the story of the Force is this whole underlining story of crime and the underworld of Star Wars, which was George Lucas's kind of like side project he really wanted to push. The idea of the underworld of Star Wars, like the crime, all the crime syndicates and everything. In the original like sequel like trilogy script, I don't know if you knew about it, which here's my big theory, dude. Like my big theory is that we're leading towards a new sequel trilogy. That's what
I've always felt.
I think we're leading towards a new sequel trilogy in between the sequel trilogy. And I think they're going to be using the Mandalorian in this timeline to tell it. And I think they're just going crazy with it, dude. I think they're gonna bring Luke in, and I think they're gonna do it crazy. Obviously not with this show, but I think over the span of what they're trying to set up with all these shows, I think eventually they're gonna bring in deep fake Luke again, and he's gonna be a bigger thing. Because by the time he's fully introduced, the technology will be there. By the time they fully want to use him for a movie or for a show, the technology will be there. Especially with the big move that they did, hiring that YouTuber that is like a fucking ace with deepfakes. 100%. There's huge rumors, by the way, big spoilers of Boba Fett rumors, that Harrison Ford is coming back to play Han Solo. Within the next deepfaked Harrison Ford is coming back. Obviously not regular Harrison Ford.
Shows up all
old as hell. Hey, what's up? What's up?
Little Doctor String circle comes up. Old Harrison Ford comes through. He never died.
That'd be sick, bro. On your left. A Millennium Falcon flies through the circle. But there are rumors that a young Harrison Ford will be coming into the show, played by Harrison Ford, obviously, just deep faked, to be Han Solo, which I think is kind of savage. Why not just bring the actor who played him in Solo? You know what I mean? I thought he did a good job. You know. I thought he did good enough. And apparently, also Kira, from what I hear, might be coming back. Because honestly, that just looks like where the show's going. I think Kira took over the Crimson Dawn, or the Crimson Dawn became a bigger thing. Because obviously, in this part of the timeline, Darth Maul is dead.
He's gone.
Because this takes place after Rebels, and he died in Rebels. So in that part of the timeline, Maul was the leader of the Crimson Dawn, and he turned the Crimson Dawn into a crazy crime syndicate. And we do know from the Solo movie that Kira was his second in command, and it was kind of leading towards that, like, it was going to continue that story that Kira is going to work under Maul and everything. So it could easily be, they could bring Kira back, Emilia Clarke. I would love to see her back in the Star Wars. I kind of thought she was dope as hell. Yeah. Apparently she fought Vader in the comic. in the comics, which is crazy. I'm like, she could
I
hold her
haven't
own.
seen that, but that sounds cool. Oh, she probably learned a lot from Maul, which I want to know that like what does she learn from Maul? Like, does he try to teach her anything like when it comes to martial arts?
I forgot who she learned it from. I don't know if she learned it from Maul or she learned it from someone, but she knows the fighting style that is with her fist that makes her fist like a deadly weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's why she's like a special fighter and like really good at what she does because she could use her hands to like fuck people up. So I would love to see Kira, and if we see Kira, obviously Harrison Ford didn't have a relationship with her, but Han Solo does. That now that we know from the movie, so like that'd be a cool little connection. Han Solo seeing Kira again on Boba Fett, that'd be really dope. But the reason why I bring that up and the whole idea of the Crimson Dawn and the crime syndicates is what if Kira isn't the leader of the Crimson Dawn, but someone is the leader of the Crimson Dawn, and that is Darth Talon. Darth Talon was George Lucas's original idea for the sequel trilogy. In his sequel trilogy, Crimson Dawn took over the galaxy, and the crime syndicates are more powerful than the Empire, basically. Like, because this is a world past the Empire. So Darth Maul had basically taken over the world, like, or the galaxy with the Crimson Dawn, and he had his own Darth apprentice, which is Darth Talon, a Darth really evil, Twi'lek badass bitch. And it'd be super dope if using the Mandalorian and Book of Boba, if they set up all this shit to bring back Darth Talon and start a whole new like sequel trilogy with her kind of being the big baddie, and like the whole crime syndicates basically doing what George Lucas wanted, but now doing it the right way.
I think I brought it up, but like I want to say there was rumors and leaks supposedly of Darth Talon being introduced within the Rangers of the New Republic.
Well, that show did get canceled.
It got canceled.
Yeah.
But I do remember like when they canceled it, people were all upset because like they found that like that had been in the talks, in the works of like introducing Darth Talon in that show, and like because all these were supposed to connect, all these shows were going to connect, and because of the Gina Carano firing, we were like, well, did we just lose all that? Like, did we lose that part of the story? But if they're still bringing Darth Talon, they're going to figure out another way to bring Darth Talon in. Mm-hmm. That's going to be sick. I kind of believe it because that's already been talked about before.
There's been a lot of crazy castings recently. I saw that Mary Elizabeth Winstead was just casted in the Ahsoka show, which she's an iconic actress. You know, she's the new. God, what does she play? She's in the Harley Quinn movie. She's the Huntress, I think it's what she is.
Okay.
She's in Sky High, you know. She's in the Final Destination movies. Mary Elizabeth Winstead, she's a classic. But I mean, it'd be cool if she was Talon, but I don't doubt it. But hey, man, they're doing a lot of stuff. We could see if all that's going on. Let's talk about episode 5 coming up. I think there's a lot that could be teased up and queued up. Obviously, we're kind of done with the whole flashback sequences now because the flashbacks were in metaphors of the Bacta tank, and in the Bacta tank last episode, he said he's fully healed, and obviously we kind of saw the conclusion of the Tusken Raider storyline with that. Which honestly, how did you feel about that? That they just kind of fucking died.
I mean, it makes sense because like it shows that's why Boba Fett moved on, because it looked like he was gonna be content living with the clan.
Yeah, forever.
You know, but then they died obviously, and that was his motivation to get Tatooine shit straight. So,
I was just really hoping that like in the finale or something, there was gonna be a sequence where they're going to the desert of Tatooine, and then like he shines a little like mirror light like he shot the kid, and then all these like Tusken Raiders start attacking. That's all I was hoping. But I mean, people were saying that they didn't see the staff or the body of the one that trained him. He's like, they were saying that like that people were looking back and like the staffs were accounted for, and like a lot of the bodies were accounted for like the little kid, the chieftain, like a lot of them, but like the specific staff and body of like the one that was wearing all black with the long hair that trained him, was not
there.
Not there. So it would be interesting if that's the only Tusken that survived and ran after the killers trying to get revenge or some shit, and they're gonna come back later, or if like that one Tusken joins Boba's team and he has a Tusken on the team, that'd be sick. Imagine having, because like especially that Tusken Raider, like that Tusken Raider with a badass. That could fight.
Boba's squad's gonna be crazy,
dude. Yeah, he got Christensen,
you got Fennec, Shan, you got the Wookiee, Tusken.
A Tusken would be dope, dude. I would fucking love that. Cause like, okay, and obviously they're teasing fucking Mando coming in. They're teasing Din Djarin.
Oh yeah.
Cause she 100% said, "You got credits, right?" Like, "Oh, I have plenty of credits." Like, well, there's muscle if you have the money. And then they literally play fucking the Mandalorian theme. Like, yeah, like it's like like there's no fucking like. Of course he's coming in, and I think he's coming in this episode. If he's not coming in this episode, someone is.
It's Mando. Like, I mean, okay, I'm just, like I said before we started the show. Like, imagine in a world where we have another Mandalorian character, and in the Boba Fett show, people are hyped to see that other Mandalorian character. Like,
it's dope.
I don't know. I feel like that goes to show like how well Din Djarin is written.
Yeah.
And how well like people have come to like his character. Like for me, honestly, like as much as like I like Boba Fett, he's like the cool, silent, badass in the background.
Yeah.
He really hasn't gotten character development until Mando's show, and now even this. Like, this is finally him getting his backstory and like his like
He had 5 lines before this.
Yeah.
He legit had 5 lines.
Honestly, when the Mando theme started playing, I'm like, oh my god, it's Mando! Like I was so excited, I was so hyped.
Bro, like, I literally said no. Like I stopped what I was saying. I said no. like no. And like, dude, there's so much to talk about. Like as you said right before the stream started, you're like the last time we saw Mando, they were on the Star Cruiser. Like they were. Okay, so we haven't been getting flashbacks. Like so the Tusken flashbacks are done. What if the flashback we get this episode is what happened right after the Star Cruiser? Like what happened right after that moment?
That'd be insane. I'm curious.
Like, cause
how did they get off?
Yeah, how did they get off the Star Cruiser? What happened to Bo-Katan?
They all went in Boba's ship.
Okay, hold on. I would love if they go to the Star Cruiser and there is a stand-in for Gina Carano. I would cry. I would fucking laugh my ass off, bro. If there is legit a stand-in.
What if it's a stand-in, but like you only ever see the back?
You just see the tattoo arm.
And then you just see like Moff Gideon just pull out a gun and just shoot Gina, like
kill her.
She just dies.
Kill her immediately.
And that's just how they write her off. They're like, oh, she's dead.
She's like, oh, fuck. Did no one check if he had a gun?
No one checked if he had a gun.
No one checked if he had a gun? Like, oh, my God. They just kill her? Oh, my. I think everyone... Okay, first of all, it'd be controversial. It'd be really controversial.
It would be very controversial.
Because there'd be half of the audience that'd be laughing, and the other half that'd be like, whoa, why the fuck you do that? Like, wow, Disney writing off a conservative character. But that would be hilarious, dude. But yeah, no, that'd be really sick. If coming right after the Star
As someone who doesn't care whether Gina Carano is on the show or not, like, I still would find it funny. Like,
oh, that'd be hilarious. That would be hilarious, dude. It would be so funny and so petty. Like Star Wars have done more ridiculous kills. You know what I mean? Like, people have died more ridiculous ways in Star Wars. Like, I don't think it's too crazy, but that'd be hilarious because they're no longer doing the show. It's like, if they do flashback to the scene, it wouldn't make sense if she's not there anymore. Like. Or would they say, or would they do like a fucking Arrow CW type of thing where like they write off a character but they just write him off with one line, and she's like, oh, she's patrolling the ship, like, like,
and then we just
never and then you never see her again. Yeah, I mean, it's possible, dude. Like Disney's savage out here, especially with Gina Carano and how they fucking treated her. I mean, we've said our pieces and how we felt, obviously, but I mean, I think for sure if they do flashback, and if they don't show her, I think that's funny. It's funny for sure.
Yeah.
Cause I don't think Mando's enough. You know what I mean? Like he's not enough of a muscle just to fight the Pike. So there's gonna have to be more. So it's either Bo-Katan.
It's gonna be Mando's crew too.
Yeah. So it's either Bo-Katan and the other Mandos are chilling with Mando, which they have to because he has the Darksaber now, right? So like he's kind of they kind of have to chill
He's
with
the leader.
him. Yeah, like he is the pseudo leader. So like maybe the 3 to 4 Mandos, which is cool. That'd be dope. But that's not enough to fight the Pikes. Like they're gonna have a full big old thing. We have the motorcycle crew, but they kind of suck. They're not gonna do that much.
Right.
People were saying, what if he recruits Bosk? I don't think he's gonna recruit Bosk. And the reason why I think he's not gonna recruit Bosk is because of Chris Stanton. Chris Stanton hates Trandoshans, like with a fucking passion. Like obviously we saw it in the scene where he's fighting. So I think the Pikes are gonna hire bounty hunters of their own. And I think the Pikes are gonna hire Bosk. And I think the Pikes are gonna hire Cad Bane.
That'd be sick.
So I think Bosk and Cad Bane versus Boba's crew, and all the Pikes versus Boba's crew.
I feel like if there's any bounty hunter to come back from the original trilogy, maybe Dengar would be the one.
Oh, Dengar would be cool. Yeah.
On Boba's team,
he would be on Boba's team. Yeah.
He mentored Boba,
and he helped him in the
even
comics
in the Clone
too.
Wars.
Yeah, and he helped him in the comics.
So I feel like it would be Din Djarin and the Mandos, and then probably Dengar.
There's no IG. There's no IG that are alive at this point.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't know whatever happened to IG.
88's dead. He's dead at this point.
He's dead. Okay.
I forgot how, but at this point, I know he's dead.
Obviously, if Gina Carano was still, on the show, she would be
she would be there, but she's not.
She's part of Mando's crew, but
Moff Gideon's helping out.
That's crazy. Because that is a void that they gotta fill. Like that was like Mando's like
best friend,
Shan,
kind of.
Like
yeah.
So who's gonna fill that void?
They're just gonna say she want to go join the Republic. Like they're just gonna say she did it. You know what I mean? Like they're just gonna be like, they're just gonna be like, oh, well, she just want to go join the Republic or like something like that. And then like he's gonna be like, well, that's just how it is. Or they're gonna.
I feel like they'll put in what's his name, Carl Weathers. I think they'll probably just do him.
Oh,
he'll be like part of Mando's crew or whatever.
The older dude, right? The guy, the bounty hunter leader dude. I mean, maybe, yeah. I don't know, because do you think we're gonna see any Jedis? You think we're gonna see a Luke or an Ahsoka or a Grogu?
There has been a lot of rumors about Luke showing up, but I don't. I feel like those are just like hype rumors of people just like, oh bro, Luke. But like, oh bro, I feel like it. As much as I would love to see Luke, I feel like it's too much. Like, okay, we got him at the end. That was a nice surprise at Mando season 2, and then the next Star Wars party that comes out, Luke again. Like at the end, like I just think it's back to back would be too much. Yeah, and I think our lightsaber fix that we're gonna be getting is gonna be Din Djarin with the Darksaber. Yeah.
But then
I think so.
Who's gonna challenge him on that? Like there has to be someone. There has to be someone that could challenge him.
I think what's possible is Sabine may show up, and that'll be from Bo-Katan. That'll be the connection going into Ahsoka. Would be finally seeing Sabine show up.
Bro, that'd be fucking she could be nuts.
She would be someone that would be able to challenge Din to take away the saber from him.
But I don't think he would. I don't think she would though. But look, but look, even if Sabine challenged her and took it, there'd be no point because Bo-Katan wants it, and even if Sabine took it, she wouldn't like, just accept it. Cause like that's my biggest like thing that pisses me off, right? Of like the whole Mando season 2 thing was that like in Rebels when Sabine got the Darksaber, she just gave it to Bo-Katan, and Bo-Katan was like, "Sick, thanks. Like I'm gonna be the ruler." And then in Mando season 2, she was like, "Nah, I have to earn it." It's like, why? It's like you've
now all of a sudden you
like
got rules.
all of a sudden you gotta earn it. It's like, no, you don't. Like, so like it wouldn't make any sense if like Sabine won it and then all of a sudden she was like, "Here, you can have it back," and then Bo-Katan was like, "Sure, thanks, fuck yeah, thanks Sabine." Like why she should have just accepted it from the thing. But I mean, who knows? It's gonna be dope seeing Mando with that Darksaber. I mean, I think the only person that could like really challenge realistically is someone that either has some sort of Beskar spear, or Kira, maybe. Kira got some gear. Kira has got some gear, dude.
The Crimson Dawn had Mando armor
Yeah.
in their little hideout.
Oh,
You know?
yeah, in fucking Paul Bettany's hideout, right? In his little like crib, he had like.
So they've
Mando
clearly
armor.
killed Mandos before.
Yeah. Oh, and then remember, did you watch Rebels?
I did.
Remember when Sabine made a tech that could destroy Mando gear?
Yeah.
They could bring that back, 100%.
They could.
Oh, so dude, oh my god, I'm nervous. I'm okay because like the reason why I'm saying like they need to bring a character that could fight against, because I think there's gonna be a moment where where there's gonna have like the character moments. Everyone's fighting everyone. You know what I mean? Like everyone's fighting someone. So like if Kirstanson is like, for example, like if they hire Bosk and they hire Cad Bane, right? Like the Pikes, like Kirstanson's is gonna fight Bosk, right? And I think that's gonna be his moment because he hates Trandoshans. Boba's gonna fight Cad Bane because they are fucking rivals or whatever. Like Fennec's gonna fight a bunch of Pikes. Maybe if it is true that Han Solo is gonna be in the show, Han Solo is gonna fight Kira because they have like that connection, right? And like they're all gonna have like their moment where they're all like have like a fighting one person and it's gonna be fucking badass. But you know, Mando's gonna be there with the Darksaber, an OP-ass weapon. So there's gonna be someone that's gonna have to fight Mando with a weapon of that caliber. So it's like it's either gonna have to be a lightsaber or a type of energy weapon that could fight the Darksaber, or a type of Beskar like that lady had, like the staff that lady had in the one episode with Ahsoka. So it's like it's either a character's gonna have to have that, or they're gonna have to introduce a character with a lightsaber, or something like that. Curious.
Have there been any rumors about how Han is involved, or has it just been rumors that they're doing like a deep fake?
Yeah, not that I know. I just heard the rumors about the deep fake.
Because I'm curious if they introduce another like Legends character. There is a Han Solo like character from days of old, particularly from an N64 game called Shadows of the Empire. Dash Rendar. He's a pretty big bounty hunter from the EU. So like, and he's supposed to be like very Han Solo-esque. Even has like a YT, but it's not Han Solo's version. It's actually seen in Rebels. I don't know. It's weird, but it looks cool. It's one of the pilots in the show has it, and you see it a couple times. But I think that could be a possibility of, because it seems like they're now going into like the comic was the Bounty Hunter Wars or whatever.
I'm not familiar with this comic, so yeah.
I bought it, but I haven't read it yet. It was like one of the issues. I don't know if they ever completed it or not. But I feel like that would be a good way to like introduce like a character like him, and where we'd get to know him, and he could kind of like he could be on Boba's side. It would make sense. I just don't know where Han Solo would fit in besides fighting Kira. Like,
at this point in time,
I don't see how Han and Boba would be friends, or like Boba's still like becoming showing himself off again.
Because in the timeline, this is about 5 to 6 years after the original trilogy, right? giving it a good, like, what, 15 years before the prequel or the sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is Ben Solo kicking around?
I don't know.
How old would he have to be?
But like I even said though, like even in the canon books and stuff, Luke Skywalker didn't have an apprentice until Ben Solo, according to canon, and that was like a certain amount of years after Return of the Jedi. And Mando season 2 broke that like canon thing that happened because Grogu became his student. And so, like, now that's why, like, the whole entire, like, are they going to do a whole nother sequel trilogy thing? Like, is this going to be, especially with the Ahsoka thing, the World Between Worlds, where they, like, a different timeline where Grogu doesn't get kidnapped?
Man,
like, I think...
fucking Star Wars Theory, he dropped this crazy theory, dude. Like, shout out to Star Wars Theory, obviously. Like, he does good work. He knows his Star Wars. He was saying, like, if they are going towards the comic book path, and they are pulling shit from comics, a crazy thing they could do is following the arc where the Empire, in their last, like, ditch effort, they clone an evil version of Luke. And they're like, well, what if they take that and the evil version of Luke is, like, the new kind of, like, semi-big bad, and now, like, our version of Luke has to fight the new evil version of Luke, because that's what happened in the comics. Like, that's not, like, a crazy idea. It happened in the comics. It was the arc. But if they want to bring it in to, like, our version, right? What if our, like, the Dark Luke evil thing, he was the one that started the First Order, kind of, or he was the one that led the attack on Luke's, like, Jedi temple, and then, like, that's where his version, or that's where that Luke died or whatever. Like, that's where the final fight happened, but it caused our version of Luke to go into the depressive state leading into the sequel trilogy or whatever. Like, they just find a way to tie it in, using evil Luke and then all these other stuff like Mara's age from the comics and pulling all this crazy shit from the comics. It's possible, but man,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, even if there's obviously stuff that I would like to keep from the sequel trilogy if they decide to do their own version, like keep Ben Solo as a character, keep certain things, like you could even have the original main three. You know, you could have Poe, Finn, and Rey, but they need to be written better.
I want to see more Snoke.
Fit in better, and I would redo Snoke. Like, cut the crap that he's a clone of. Like, he's just a clone. He's just a being. Like, I don't know. I didn't like how, like, lazy it is, but they didn't really think of anything for him.
I think you could still do that.
He's a clone.
I think you could still do that, but add more depth to it. You know what I mean?
I think they should just admit they were wrong and they just be like, yeah, he's a force-sensitive being from before the prequels.
Yeah,
and he was waiting his turn. Just do that. Just do that.
They should say that Snoke was an original, and then after he died, they try to clone his body. And, like, the Snoke that we've seen in the sequel was a clone of the original Snoke. Like, that's what they should do, or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, there was a Snoke that was dark and powerful, and then he died at the hands of Luke or something. And then, because of that, they try to clone his body. And then he was the only body that Palpatine could go into. Or, like, he was the only body that they could, like, clone. Because, like, we've seen it in Mando, that one scene where they see all the cloning vials in the background from, like, the cloning facility. And there was rumors that one of them looked like Snoke. And there was rumors that one of them looked like Darth Maul. And one of them looked like an alien, like a different alien. So,
yeah.
Is that the beginning of the cloning process for Palpatine? Maybe. But if they need a body to, like, clone, right? Then that body, maybe there was an original Snoke. Like, maybe he's just not, you know, maybe he wasn't just created. Like, there was an original Snoke that was an evil baddie that did do this and this. Like, I think that'd be interesting. I agree. I do think they should just rewrite Snoke in a way that makes more sense. Or if they do, at least plant the seeds of Palpatine a little more sooner, you know? Like, plant those seeds so it makes more sense.
it's hard because like it goes back to just redo it. Just redo the whole thing because I really don't like the idea of Palpatine coming back. Like when they first announced it, I was like, I mean, realistically, it's the only thing they could do. But I was like, it still has to be done right. And I don't know, like I don't see how they could really do it right. Like, it just do something else. I like the original idea of George Lucas's like original idea with Darth Talon and Darth Maul. Obviously, you can't do Darth Maul anymore.
Yeah.
But like they gotta figure out something with Darth Talon, or like just make new Siths. Like,
dude, they should just
change it.
If they're gonna do with the cloning thing, go all out. Clone people, clone motherfuckers, dude. Clone Darth Maul. That's been a thing. There's been an evil clone version of Darth Maul that they try to do. They could do that. Imagine if they brought back Darth Maul now in the new trilogy, but he's like an evil, fucked up clone, and he's just more fucked up than Darth Maul, and he's just more crazier, but he's just a clone. Like, that'd be crazy. Like, he's just a crazy clone. Or they bring the clone from Force Unleashed, but he's just a crazy clone. Like, imagine they bring Starkiller, but he's not the original Starkiller from the game. He's a clone of Starkiller, and he's just fucking crazy. Which, that's the fucking ending of the second one. They're the crazy version of Starkiller. So it's like, if you guys are gonna do clones, go crazy with the clones.
Hear me out.
Let's go.
I like the idea of the Knights of Ren.
Okay.
Executed terribly in the sequel trilogy.
100%.
Make the idea of the Knights of Ren to bring back the old Sith Council. Make it like an order. What they want to do is bring back all the powerful Sith so they could have their own Sith order. And like what they're trying to do is clone people or make clones of like the originals. Obviously they can't do it because they don't have, you know, the DNA of all the originals, but like do their best to mimic all the best Sith that have ever lived. So like Revan, try to make clones of these people so that way they can have their own Sith order.
Or if they're not gonna do clones, a thing that is from the comics, the Sith Lords have done, if they have projected their essence into an item, into a relic, into something, and then the person that puts on that relic, for example, one of them with a helmet, like there was a Sith Lord that had his essence in a helmet, so whoever put on the helmet became that Sith Lord. They should do that. They should make the Knights of Ren all regular ass people that worship these Sith Lords, and they find all these relics throughout fucking the galaxy. They put them on, and they become those Sith Lords. And like, it's these stories about the character within struggling with getting taken over by the Sith Lord at the same time. Like, it's this crazy story of this council that you're like, I love that idea. That's awesome.
Just like, imagine had the Knights of Ren just all been like
baddies,
Sith. Or just like a Sith, or like Lord of the Rings, like the Wraiths, just all of these dudes are just Siths, and like they walk around in a group trying to like take over. Like, that's so much better than Empire 2.0 that just looks crappy. Like, it's just so much better. Like, if Kylo was in charge of something that was actually like way cooler, way more intimidating, and then keep Rey as like the prodigy, like Luke picks her up, is like, okay, I need someone to go up against my nephew and his new Sith order. Here's Rey. I have Poe, who's clearly Force sensitive, or not Finn. And honestly, I think they even kind of like hinted that Poe is like extra special. Like, whether he ever
everybody's got the Force.
Like,
everybody's got the Force. It seems.
Poe definitely had the Force the way he was flying. Like,
yeah.
Make it those three were his prize students, and then still have other students. Like, they should have really done like a Jedi Order versus a Sith Order for the sequel trilogy. That's what I think they should have done, and it would have separated it from the other two trilogies enough that it would have felt like its own unique era.
That's fair, yeah.
Because obviously you have the prequels is about like the Sith trying to come back, so it's very limited. They're trying to corrupt, Jedi one by one. The Empire, the original trilogy, obviously about two Sith Lords taking over completely. Jedi eradicated. This one, now they're both trying to build prominence again, and then they're clashing. Like, it would have been, like, I think way better of an idea than just doing Empire 2.0, Rebels 2.0. Like, I don't know. There was so much potential for the sequel trilogy. It bothers me. It bothers me so much.
I don't even know when we're gonna see the next trilogy. Might be forever.
I don't. It could be a while. Like,
Yeah, because Taika is probably going to be a one-off film. Rian Johnson, from what we heard, has been shelved. Patty Jenkins has been shelved. Literally, I think the next trilogy is going to be just through the Disney Plus shows. The next story and chapter of Star Wars will all be through Disney Plus. And it'll all be through the shows. Which, honestly, I'm fine with. I'm okay with that. As long as they do it well. But I do miss the whole, like, movie... Like... The movie opera of it, you know? Like, it being, like, this big old experience and, like, extravagant, like, thing. So... I'm like, I feel like the movies, with a movie, like, the stories are just bigger. You know, obviously, like, the show, they have time to time it out. But the reason why movies are bigger is because they don't have time for filler like shows do. Like, Mando, like, 5 episodes out of the season are filler. Boba, 3 episodes out of the 7 are filler. You know what I mean? Like, where movies don't have time for filler, they just have to do a story and, like, big, extravagant things. But hopefully, the future of Star Wars is looking bright. I mean, you know, we'll see with Book of Boba tonight, episode 5. I'm super excited about that. From what we hear, 5, 6, and 7 are supposed to be the big ones. So this is episode 5, so beginning of the big ones. I'm predicting Din Djarin rolling up with a new ship and his crew. So I think that's to be the big one for this episode. But man, who knows?
You think we get a new ship design, or you think he's going Razor Crest 2.0?
No, I think we're getting a new ship design, dude. I think we're getting a new ship design. I don't think he's because they.
What if he gets like a Slave One type ship to match with Boba?
You mean the fire spray?
The fire spray.
You mean the fire spray? Yeah, I mean, where would he get one?
I don't know. I'm just wondering if he's gonna have a ship. I don't think he's gonna have the exact same model, but maybe we get like a ship that flies.
Because from if you remember, in episode 1 of Mando, that little blue fish dude. He was like, "Oh, Razor Crest. This is old ship." Like, you know, like he was implying that the Razor Crest really isn't around anymore. And his ship got fucking pulverized. Like, he isn't like he isn't fucking building that again. So like 100%. Or maybe I don't think you think he would give the Slave One to Mando?
No.
Like, You think he'd be all like, well, I'm here on Tatooine anymore. I don't really need
this.
This
could be the setup to him giving the slave. Because, okay, realistically, sure, Mando needs credits. But I feel like, but at the end goal, Mando's gonna be like, I need a way to maneuver, like to be mobile.
I need a ship.
And I feel like he's gonna be like, I do, like, I feel like his whole end goal is gonna be, I need to get the kid. Like, he wants to reunite with the kid at some point, right?
Yeah.
So he's gonna be like, the credits are nice and all, but I need a ship. And I feel like Boba Fett's gonna be like, well, I don't need the ship no more because I'm on
Tatooine all the time.
I'm on Tatooine.
Yeah, so I can't leave Tatooine. Yeah, he really can't leave Tatooine. Yeah.
So I feel like Boba's destined to just spend the rest of his, you know, crime lord days as just on Tatooine. And he'll do like some cool stuff here and there when he gets picked up, but like I do think that's where it's heading, or he's gonna hand over the fire spray.
The fire spray.
Mando.
Dude, I swear to God.
Mando gives it a stick paint job, though.
I swear to God, if Boba Fett calls it the fire spray, if he doesn't call it the slave, because he hasn't called it the Slave One, has it?
Mm-mm.
So, like, he just called it my ship.
To what it's called.
Yeah, he just called it my ship. So, like, if he's like, take it, the fire, or what if Boba, like, he's like, you can have my ship, and then Boba or Mando's like, I'll call it the fire spray, like, like, you know, like,
I hate it. Like, it's so dumb because like, it's like there's no they decide not to listen to any of the context as to why the ship is called the Slave One.
Yeah, no,
it was a prisoner ship. Like, it's just dumb. Like,
but I do agree. It would be sick to have a dope paint job on it, man.
What if he just chromes it all out? Just the whole thing.
Oh, that'd be sick. Oh, that would be really sick. Honestly, I would love to see that.
Chromes out. Or he paints it in the original Django colors in honor of Boba's dad.
It'd be really dope if they did introduce Sabine Wren in either this show or in Mando season 3.
And she paints it up.
Paints it up for him. That'd be
I
sick.
think.
Because Sabine is, she loves painting ships, and she loves painting things. It'd be dope if Sabine soups up the Slave One.
Now I don't think this will happen, but one of my friends is like convinced that Mace is coming. Like,
dude, okay,
again,
hold on.
Boba.
I'm glad you bring that up because I saw this tweet and I got pissed, dude. I got so pissed. So it was the guy who played. I don't know if he voiced young Boba or he played young Boba in the
Daniel Logan.
Daniel Logan. Yeah.
Yeah, he was young Boba in Phantom or in Attack of the Clones.
Okay, so this motherfucker has been tweeting pictures of Mace Windu, or like quote tweeting pictures of Mace Windu. And he'd be all like, "Oh man," yeah. Or it was the picture. It was the picture of like of Mace Windu, and the caption was like, "This is the most badass Jedi we've ever seen." And then he would like quote tweet like, "Oh yeah, just wait and see," and it was like eye emojis, and it was like hashtag Book of Boba, or like it was shit like that. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you saying? I'm like. Who are you? Like I know who you are, but I was like, what do you know? Like, okay, here it is, Daniel Logan. Let's see if I can find it. Like, he's tweeting a bunch about Book of Boba. Like, it's nuts. Like, and obviously, like, he has a connection to Book of Boba because who he is. But you know what I mean? Like, Vincent D'Onofrio, he was out here.
He was out here doing it.
He was out here tweeting very, very sus tweets right before. Okay, look. It was Mace Windu will always be the coolest Jedi, and then it says well ... hashtag Boba Fett. What does that mean? Like, you can't just tweet that. Like, especially when you're so close to Star Wars. Like,
what if there's a flashback scene?
What if he's alive? What if he's alive?
I don't know how, like, but like obviously there was a time that Boba did try to go kill Mace in the Clone Wars. I remember that, but there's an episode where he legit tries to go kill Mace.
Yeah.
And what if they do a flashback of younger Boba?
He hates
in the armor. He's skinny. And he actually, what if Mace
kills
survives and
him?
he actually goes and tries to, he actually kills Mace. What if there's a scene where he kills Mace.
People would be pissed.
He takes off the helmet is Daniel Logan.
I think people would be pissed if they did it in a flashback. Oh, dude, wait. You remember how I said someone has to fight Din Djarin with the Darksaber? What if it's a pissed off old Mace Windu? That just wants to kill Boba. That's just been, because his entire life, like, they probably hate each other. Or Boba wants to kill Mace. So he's just a pissed off. He's a pissed off old Mace Windu, dude. And then he's rolling up. He rolls up and he fights Boba.
With the Tuskens.
Yeah, and then he's rolling up to fight Boba, and then and Mando, he's like, I got you. I got a Darksaber. Do. Or Mando's like, here, take the Darksaber. And hands him the Darksaber. And it's Boba with the Darksaber fighting Mace Windu.
Dude, imagine all these years later, Tamora versus Sam Jackson.
Dude, I would...
A rematch of a century, bro.
Okay. What is a bigger moment for Star Wars? That or the Luke Skywalker scene from Mando Season 2?
Dude,
what's a bigger Star Wars moment?
It's crazy because the Luke thing needed to happen.
Yeah.
It needed to happen for Star Wars to make it relevant. But like the prequel inside of me, the prequel kid inside of me will melt.
Right?
If Tamora Morrison as Boba Fett fights Mace
Windu. Dude.
That's going to be insane.
I would cry. I think I would cry. I think I legit would cry. I think that would be like my tear moment. I think I'd be crying like a fucking baby. I would go live on Fandation that night, dude. Right after the episode.
I'd be on Fandation. Would be like, suck it, original trilogy.
Suck it.
Writers, just...
dude. Because like, okay, if you're gonna bring back Mace and you're gonna kill him off, do it at the Book of Boba finale. Like
and
that.
You know, Sam Jackson would only approve it if it was some sick duel with like Boba.
Some badass shit. Yeah,
he's like Tamora Morrison's badass.
And if it was a way to like bookend his character, you know, like not like and like a way more badass than just jumping out of a building, you know what I mean? Like a crazy fucking fight between Tamora Morrison, and he kills him or he dude. What if he decapitates him?
It's quintessential George Lucas if it happens.
Yeah,
it is poetry that rhymes, bro. Because we thought Sam Jackson killed off Tamora Morrison. That was it. No more Tamora Morrison in Star Wars.
Yeah.
And if
because of Django, because he killed Django.
Playing Boba, and he's the one that takes out Sam Jackson from Star Wars. That's insane. That's actually insane. Tamora Morrison would have gotten the last laugh.
Because there's so much, like, dude, it would be fucking beautiful. Because even from the first episode, like, one of the first things we see is the flashback to literally the moment where he killed his father, where Mace Windu killed his father. Like, like we literally see that. Like, so it would be fucking beautiful if Boba Fett killed Mace Windu. Like, it would be sad that Mace Windu died, but dude, in some fucking way, if that happened,
especially like I know episode 2 is probably the weakest of the prequels, but that was like my pinnacle, like, childhood Star Wars movie.
Yeah, because
like,
there was literally like
the merch was crazy. Episode 2.
The arena fight where it was literally like nothing but Jedi and droids fighting, iconic, bro.
It's iconic. It's super like. That's what, like, I always tell anybody that's like, I don't get how you call it the prequels but hate this. It's like, because there's iconic things in the prequels that redeem the bad parts of the prequels. Like, the Geonosian scene, amazing, 100%, like one of the best things in Star Wars. Dooku versus Obi-Wan and Anakin, amazing. Dooku versus Yoda, like, the theater was going insane. I was little. I remember the theater going insane when Yoda whipped out the lightsaber. Like, it was insane.
Yes, dude.
I can't think of any moments like that in the sequel trilogy.
The only one I could think of is when Holdo went into lightspeed into the ship. That was the only moment in the sequel trilogy where I was like, fuck. Where I was like, shit, that's badass, right? Like, and other than that,
I won't lie. The throne room scene, like,
it was a good fight.
I was kind of,
it was a good fight.
I was hyped in the moment, but after previous watchbacks and then like seeing breakdowns of it, I was like, yikes, this has lost all its
like that one fighter who loses his weapon mid fight.
Yeah.
Where'd it go? I mean, hey, dude, Star Wars is looking up. It's 100% possible. We could see what the fuck's going on because we got a lot of shows. We got this year alone. We got Obi-Wan. We got Andor, Ahsoka. We have 3 other shows coming this year alone. So and then Bad Batch as well. 4 shows potentially. I think Ahsoka's next year. So I think it's Bad Batch, Obi-Wan, and Andor. Sure. Yeah, I think it's the 3 shows.
You think Obi-Wan in May for May the 4th?
Oh, I think 100%. I think 100% May the 4th.
I will be sobbing on May the 4th. If Obi-Wan comes out, I'm gonna be sobbing.
We're gonna be crying in the club, dude. We're gonna be crying in the cantina. Crying in the cantina, bro. Max Rebo is gonna be playing a slow one for us, dude. Bro,
I still remember that D23, bro, when they announced Obi-Wan and Moon Knight. Like, I was in the stewarding room at Star Wars freaking out, crying. Like, I was like, no way. My childhood.
When are we getting a trailer?
For Obi-Wan? I don't know.
Cause like it's coming out like soon.
To be fair, I feel like the trailer for Book of Boba Fett didn't come out until like a couple weeks before.
That's true. And then we just got. I mean, we're gonna be talking about it soon, but the Moon Knight trailer, we just got it, and that's coming out like next month, right?
It's coming out in March.
Yeah, March. So maybe we'll be getting the. You think we're gonna be getting Obi-Wan trailer after Boba Fett ends? Maybe.
I think so. You know what? Maybe that'll be like the ending, like at the end of the credits of
Like the after credits
Boba
scene,
Fett.
like it's gonna be No Way Home. It's gonna be like No Way Home showing a
Yeah,
trailer
they'll
for
just do a
another
trailer
one.
for Obi-Wan.
Maybe. Oh man! All right, well I'm excited. Well, before we move on to the Moon Knight trailer, there is a little more Star Wars to talk about because EA they still have their exclusivity deal for another year. So they just announced that Respawn will be making 3 Star Wars games. One of them, obviously, is the Jedi Fallen Order sequel, which is super awesome. But apparently, they'll be doing a first-person shooter and a strategy game as well, which is interesting. Which probably means no Battlefront, unless Respawn is just taking a crack at Battlefront, which I doubt, though.
No, I think Battlefront's gone.
That sucks, though.
It does suck, but 2 tries and they. And to be fair, Battlefront 2 got a bad rap, and it
did.
It really didn't deserve it. After
They fixed
like,
it, yeah, 100%.
They fixed it like right. They fixed it. I feel like pretty quickly right away.
Oh
like,
yeah.
It was just all the negative anti-EA stuff at the time.
Yeah.
Did not. It never recovered. But with that, obviously, Fallen Order sequel, I'm 100% getting. Like, Fallen Order was amazing. I loved it. Cal Kestis, great character. I hope he gets brought over into
live action.
The live action show soon.
Yeah, the actor looks. I mean, it's the actor is literally the same guy.
He's there.
He's the same guy, so he looks exactly the same. So why not bring him over? Freaking Cal Kestis.
I definitely expected a first person shooter from Respawn, so that'll be cool.
Which is it gonna be like Titanfall? It'll be like Apex Legends.
I hope it's slow paced. I hope it's a slower paced shooter. I don't want it to be like running on the walls and like
yeah.
I hope it's a little bit more slow. Actually, you know what? I would be cool with the sliding mechanic. Just none of this like wall jumping. Just get rid of that.
My friend Edward, shout out to Edward. He actually followed us earlier in the stream. Shout out. He said, "What if they made a new Clone Commando game?" Which that'd be sick. Or like if not Clone Commando, like a Stormtrooper game.
What if it's Bad Batch?
Or a Bad Batch game. Like that'd be sick. Like from the perspective of like a clone or a Stormtrooper, like that first person, like you have like the whole visor and everything going on. Like that would be sick. Like, especially the visor from Clone Commandos. Like that's an iconic fucking like setup.
Cool. So in the comics, there is a Stormtrooper squad called Scar Squad.
Scar Squad.
And they are like the Imperial Commandos, basically. Like they're a really specialized squad, and the leader uses a lightsaber.
Whoa, that's dope.
And Vader trains them, but Vader like craps him. He's always talking about like you're not good enough to wield a lightsaber and stuff. But like I'll still train you, whatever. You got balls.
You got balls. I respect it. You're not.
I actually think in the comics he fights Luke a couple times when he's still learning.
Oh shit.
But he uses like a jet. Obviously, he doesn't have any force power, so he just uses a jetpack to like mimic like jumping around and stuff
and everything.
So like, that'd be cool if they did like something like that where it was.
You said it was from a comic.
It's from a comic.
I mean, hey, if they're pulling out old stuff from the comics, I'm down, bro. Because that guy from Mando season 2 or season 1, the one that was wearing the Boba outfit. He was from the comics. We have Chrysanthemum now. Chrysanthemum be dancing out there in the comics. So if they're pulling people out from the comics, fuck yeah, Scar Squad, he's dope as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dave Filoni, if you're watching, Scar Squad, write it down. Kathleen Kennedy, I know you're a big fan. Write it down.
Hey, her writers wrote them, so.
Remember when she was like, I mean, for sure you remember, when she was just like, we don't have content to pull from.
We have nothing to pull from.
We have no source material. It's like, the thing about Marvel is they have comics, you see. They have comics to pull from. Only if Star Wars had comics and novels that we could pull from. Only if. But too bad it doesn't, right?
That is one of the biggest downfalls of Kathleen Kennedy, in my opinion, is saying stuff like that.
She's out here, and then now we got, dude, the second Chrysanthemum fucking pops up on the screen, dude, I was like, oh shit, dude. What is going on?
Yeah, that.
Ooh, you shared a photo with me.
Yeah, so
Oh, he even got
that's
like the
the
clone
lead.
trooper armor and everything. Dude,
Mhm.
he has a green saber. That's dope as hell.
Yeah, he killed a
Yo,
Jedi and took it.
wait, where is this in the timeline?
This is between episodes 4 and 5. I want to say is when they have their showdowns
Cause imagine
against each
if
other.
they introduced this squad in the Bad Batch, and the
Yeah,
Bad Batch have to fight them. That'd be sick. Holy shit! Sign me up for that, brother.
I mean, look at how similar they are too. Like,
Yeah, I was like, look,
they've
there's a
got like
big
a
bulky
big buff
one.
dude. Like, they've got the sniper guy. They got the techie
They're
one.
literally the Bad Batch. Just one of them has a saber.
Literally.
That's dope. Honestly, can I pull this up on the? Can I don't know if you can see it, but they're the big one. They're the guy with the saber. There's the leader one. I mean, hey, Dave Filoni, Scar Squad, Bad Batch season 2. I mean, apparently we're getting season 2 really quick. It's coming next. Apparently, it's the next show. I think after Moon Knight. I think it's Bad Batch.
Damn, that quickly? I didn't even realize that I was coming out
Yeah,
that
no,
quickly.
because it's coming out
That's
before Obi-Wan. I think.
I'm
So
ready.
I think it's coming out in March. So I think it's leading into literally Bad Batch into Obi-Wan. But yeah, that's cool. I have no idea what they're gonna do for a strategy game. Like, what's a strategy game? Like, what kind of style is it, like XCOM and like Civilization?
Depends. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
was like, that's all.
Because strategy could mean a lot of different
Like
things.
Halo Wars. Like,
yeah, that's like RTS.
yeah,
real-time
real-time strategy.
They could be doing like turn-based strategy, I guess. I don't know. Strategy is kind of like a very
The broad term.
broad term. So, I mean, I'm for it. I love strategy, so it'd be cool.
I'll
What
check
if
it
it's
out.
just like they say strategy, but it's just like crate organizer? Like you just organize Star Wars crates. It's like Tetris.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah, I mean, it's like an iPhone game. I mean, hey, I signed up for that beta for that Star Wars Hunters iPhone game, that phone game.
Hmm.
I mean, it looked interesting. It looks like kind of like an arena-based like Star Wars shooter game, like a third-person shooter with like kind of like Overwatch a little bit, or like the arena mode of Apex. So
Yeah.
it looks interesting. I'm gonna try it out for sure if I get the beta, but whatever. But all right, that's enough Star Wars news, I guess. I think it's time to move on to the big one, right? The one you're super excited for, the Moon Knight.
I'm so excited for this.
The Oscar Isaacs, the Poe Dameron in the MCU.
And the MCU.
Okay, just go. Let your excitement out. Let it out. Well, how do you feel, Gabe, about Moon
Dude,
Knight?
it's about time. Aaron said it best. It looks like the best Marvel show yet.
It does, dude. It looks fucking
And that's
awesome.
not even a bite. Like it looks. Honestly, if you look at that trailer, it looks like a movie trailer.
It does. It really does.
This is not like a show trailer whatsoever. And I'm glad that Moon Knight is going to be told almost looking like a movie. Like,
Yeah.
and like the origin story. Like, oh, I'm so excited. Obviously, the first persona that they show is Stephen Grant, which is interesting because like Stephen Grant's supposed to be like the rich playboy.
I thought it was Mark.
So
I
I
thought the
don't
first
know-
one was Mark.
No, so remember when he picks up the phone?
And he was like, "Yeah, why are you calling
They
me
say
Mark?"
Mark. Yeah, he's like, "Why are you calling me Mark?" So Mark is like the original identity. That's the real like Moon Knight.
Hmm.
He is a mercenary, a gun for hire, you know. And then Stephen Grant is like a personality he comes up with, but he's supposed to be like a playboy, kind of like rich, does like kind of very much like a Bruce Wayne, like
Okay.
type figure. And then Jake Lockley is like the poor guy, the one that's down the dumps, always like he technically is like a taxi cab driver.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Hmm.
So, like, I heard he's gonna use his like he uses his different personalities to his advantage to gain different type of information or something. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's gonna be dope, man. Seeing Oscar
And
Isaac
then
act.
in the comics, he has a butler named Frenchie. So like, I don't know what they're doing. It seems like Stephen Grant isn't all that rich. He's working
In
at
this
like a
universe.
museum, like a curator. So they've definitely changed some aspects of Moon Knight. I'm not upset because like it's really hard to fully like transfer the character from comic to MCU to make it fit.
Yeah.
So if they gotta change some stuff, I'm fine with it. Even like the costume, they went the more supernatural route. I'm totally fine with that. Makes more sense to me than to do like just a regular dude. allows them, I think, more creative freedom to make him have like the supernatural side of him.
Well, because I remember when, back in the old days of Fandation, because we've been talking about Moon Knight for a while, because you're a big fan.
Yeah.
I remember you were saying that, like, I hope they follow in the Egyptian lore of what they're doing. And it seemed like they are a little bit, like they got like
definitely.
They had like that weird dude with like the moon staff that had like the big ass beak that was like following him and shit like that. Like
Khonshu, yeah.
Yeah, that's Khonshu, so that's who that was?
Yeah, that was the moon god that like is like that he's like the avatar for. And so he kind of like haunts him in the comics. And he messes with him completely.
Oh man.
So that's why he's like so terrified in the elevator. But like, yeah, I love the idea that like the Moon Knight, he's like scared of the Moon Knight persona.
Yeah.
And it shows up in the mirror. He's like, oh my gosh, like he starts freaking out because like, it turns him into someone that he almost kind of doesn't want to be, and I like that a lot because Moon Knight's a psycho. Moon Knight is a straight up psycho.
Yeah, like he was a psychopath. He's basically like Batman that cusses, and that's just a psychopath, right? Like, like even like that scene where he's just fucking up that demon, like he's just on the floor, like, doof, doof,
just
doof,
letting it
going in it, dude. It's gonna be nuts. Like, I'm excited. I saw this crazy theory. Shout out to Paul from Perry Spoilers. Where he was saying that the scene where it's in the thumbnail, like he's going like, oh, and he's falling and he's like he's about to hit the ground. People are like, his theory is that's right before the snap. That's right before the snap, and Thanos' snap saves his life. And that he was snapped away for 5 years, and then when he came back as Steven, and he's been Steven ever since.
That's a cool theory.
Yeah,
I like that.
I really like that theory too. I thought it was dope. That like, because obviously he is falling down. He's falling down like that fucking huge ass fall, and he's gonna like, I don't know what Moon Knight's powers are. Like, can he tank that kind of a fall? Like if he was wearing the suit or something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Depending on the iteration, there's a whole iteration of Moon Knight. It's I think the more popular run. Straight up, he's like got like broken like legs, like his legs are legit broken, and he's still standing and beating the crap out of like one of his villains. Like
Jesus.
One of his like abilities in the comics, is that he can just withstand an absurd amount of like pain threshold, where like he'll keep fighting and keep going.
All right, fuck yeah. Well,
so and then he's got like he hovers over like the. So I think they're gonna go with the definitely more supernatural route where he's got like enhanced power.
Uh-oh.
Probably. What happened?
That was a little frame skip.
Oh, did I?
But no, you're good. You're just like like speed it up for like 2 seconds, but everything's
fine. But yeah, I definitely like that they chose a supernatural route.
Yeah, sure. Because
the costume looks cool when it wraps up around him.
Oh, that looks so cool, dude. Look at like just. And it's cool. Like it's more of like a because now everyone has nanotech. Iron Man and fucking Spider-Man. All their armor goes around them. It's the same effect, but it's all nano. But at least this one, it's like all crazy supernatural.
Almost like a moon's just power.
Yeah, it's like it's legit a mummy, dude. It's like legit looks like a mummy.
Yeah,
like it's a mummy getting wrapped up. Like it's crazy. It looks super sick. I'm excited to see what they do for the effects. And as we said, it's really cool that they're going to the supernatural of it. It really makes me think of Blade, and it makes me think of like Midnight Suns and all that stuff. And they can definitely do that because apparently recently they just announced that Kit Harington's going to be in Blade, the movie. So
yeah,
that's
crazy to think about. Because Moon Knight and Blade they were announced to be connected, so there's going to be some sort of Blade stuff happening, or teased in Moon Knight.
Yeah, what if Moon Knight's the show that starts the show Blade?
We're gonna legit get in Blade Moon Knight, Dark Knight, or the Black Knight, and
dude, and if
Blade all in one movie.
If Doctor Strange comes in, that's the Midnight Suns, dude. He opens a portal. Fucking Nicolas Cage comes out as Ghost Rider. Man,
dude,
that'd be fucking.
They're legit
nuts.
they're gonna be the paranormal, the demon hunters.
Yeah,
for 100%. Sure in the MCU. because Doctor Strange is gonna be the new Nick Fury.
And then
I'm calling it now.
oh, I like that. Like the multiverse Nick
Doctor
Fury.
Strange is gonna be the one that be like, I need to organize heroes for like different
Type of spiritual
threats.
Yeah, he's like, great. Now
Yeah,
there's
he's
zombies. Like now there's vampires and zombies and werewolves and all this shit. Great. Now we gotta fight those too. Makes the Midnight Sun.
And I still 100% believe that he knows exactly who Peter Parker is.
Oh, you think he still
I believe
remembers?
he left himself out of the spell. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you remember when he was like, "Do you remember the party of Mars Nagar?" and he was like, "No." You're like, "Well, that." But so obviously, Strange still remembers, right? You know what I mean? Like he was voided of the spell. So I mean that's possible, 100%. But dude, fuck yeah, it's gonna be crazy because like the paranormal's coming. We got freaking vampires now. We got werewolves and all these demons coming out and Moon Knight. It's gonna be fucking nuts, man.
Dude, I'm excited, and I'm so like happy to see like the hype around Moon Knight. Like,
Yeah,
people are like, I don't know who this character is, but this show looks dope. Like I'm just
people
it makes
are
me so happy.
loving it,
So many
dude.
years of like, people would always ask me like, "Oh, who's your favorite Marvel character?" Like, y'all don't know who he is, but Moon Knight.
Moon Knight.
I'm like, "Oh, sounds cool. Who is he? What does it look like?" And then I'll show him.
They're like, oh, that's cool.
But like, yeah, like, oh, he looks cool. But then I feel like no one actually ever like goes and reads about it.
Either now,
I mean, it's hard to find stuff on the character because like he's very niche. But like,
yeah,
unless you go into a comic book store, you're not gonna like really know.
And then people would be like, oh, so he's Batman, you know? But like, no, kind of, but not really.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, man, I'm excited. It looks like it's gonna be fucking raw. Like it's gonna be bloody. It's gonna be like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Like I hope it really is, dude. Because like I feel like with Hawkeye, they had such an opportunity to like, because you know obviously they showed Kingpin and Hawkeye, and it's like if you remember Kingpin from Daredevil, he was a crazy bloody motherfucker. But I feel like we didn't get that with Hawkeye's version of Kingpin. So I'm really hoping that they're just gonna say fuck it with Moon Knight, and they're gonna make him like bloody and crazy and be able to fuck shit up, because that'd be dope. That'd be dope to see.
I also think Ethan Hawke's villain is like a red herring.
Really?
I don't think he's the main. I don't think he's the
Yeah,
main
because
bad.
I didn't even know anything about. Like I was like, who is he? I know he's from the
I
comics.
looked him up, and he is in Moon Knight comics, but like, he's not a real baddie. Like he's just a crazy doctor guy. Like, but he doesn't do anything.
So that video, the one, the heavy spoilers video, his theory didn't say that it's the main villain, but he thinks Raw will be involved, and Raw will be sending a bunch of like demons or whatever to fight him, and Khonshu will be like basically his hype man, but his scary hype man to like fight against Raw and his like demons that he's sending. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're right. Maybe that guy is a red herring, and Raw, like the god Raw, is like the actual villain or something like that.
The villain, yeah.
Cause that'd be dope as hell. Like seeing a god, like and seeing like all these like, cause obviously we know Thor exists, right? And he's a god, and and like Zeus is a god, and Loki's a god, and like we know they all exist, right? Like they're superheroes, for crying out loud. So it'd be really interesting if like, well, obviously Khonshu is the moon spirit now that we now know he exists. So it'd be crazy if Ra exists and all these other like other gods from different type of like mythologies exist, and they're just crazy motherfuckers that do crazy bad things. That'd be crazy.
I would love to see Moon Knight interact with any of the god characters, like, because they'd be like, well, we're actual gods. You just get the powers of a god.
Yeah, you just
like,
get the powers.
I'll fuck you up.
That's dope. Man. It looks fun.
Yeah, I'm excited, and like Oscar Isaac, man. Like,
oh.
I was so like skeptical just because of like the post stuff, and I was like, man, like they really didn't do him justice in Star Wars. But man, I still need to watch Dune.
But yeah, see, I'm about to think, because that's the thing that a lot of like people don't realize when certain. Because look, like for example, with Poe Dameron, you're like, oh, he played Poe. He's not gonna be good. But I was like, Doug, have you seen him in Ex Machina? Like, have you seen him in Dune? Like, he kills it. Like maybe don't watch X-Men Apocalypse, but it's like he's a great actor.
That's the only other thing I've seen him in. I was like,
or for example, like Robert Pattinson. So many people were out here, the Batman's gonna suck, right? Yeah, like the Batman's gonna suck because he's from Twilight. Nah, bruh, that's some bullshit. Go watch The Lighthouse. Go watch the Devil All the Time. Go watch Tenet. Go watch like literally any other film that he's not from Twilight. He's a great actor. You know what I mean? Like he kills it on the screen. So it's like, and he has range. He definitely has fucking range. So it's like that's why I'm like, bro, that movie's gonna smack. So it's like when people are like, I don't know about this actor. It's like let's give him a chance, you know. Except Jared Leto. We're no longer giving Jared Leto chances. He fucked up that Joker.
I will say Robert Pattinson, when he was announced, I do remember a lot of you like being like so iffy on it.
Uh-huh.
And I think a lot of it was like Zack Snyder fans that were just like, no, I just want Ben Affleck. I don't want any other Batman. It's like, and I remember when it got announced, I was like, yo, I'm down. Give him a shot. Like,
I was instantly down. I was like, Pattinson? Hell yeah.
I was like, let's go. And then when The Lighthouse came out, I was like, oh, hell yeah. Yeah, this is going to go so good. Like,
bro, did you see that post that Willem Dafoe said? So Willem Dafoe wants to be in the Joker 2, starring Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, yeah, I think I sent it.
Yeah, he wants to be an opposite Joker, like a character who like
an imposter.
Yeah, a character who like acts like the Joker and calls himself the Joker, but he's an imposter and he rivals the Joker. Like that's a dope concept, and Willem Dafoe would kill it.
So, I just like hearing that. It would be insane to have like, if Willem Dafoe's character is like already like a mobster, and he just decides to take on like the idea of the Joker, and then imagine seeing Joaquin Phoenix's Joker like confront him and just give him the Robin treatment, you know?
Oh, with like a crowbar and just destroy him.
Crowbar just destroys him
with his crazy Joaquin Phoenix laugh.
And then Joaquin Phoenix just takes over his whole entire like mob base or whatever.
And then he just does like the blood smile again. Bro, that would be nuts.
That'd be so
good.
Like
that's the movie, like, you know, like, so it's like it's Willem Dafoe. He's like the new Joker. He's taken over by basically he's wearing like the same makeup but like a different suit, right? And like he has like the green hair and like he's kind of taken over, or like he has a different take on the makeup, like on the makeup. And like he's using his crime, like, you know, his fucking his gang, as well as being like the new Joker to like rise up in popularity. And then because of that, Joaquin Phoenix is able to escape, but at the same time he's just watching all of this on TV, and he's watching all of this happen, and he's just like, it's making him laugh and go crazy. Because remember like when the mobs were happening in the Joker one?
Yeah.
Like he just loved watching it on TV, and like that made him happy. So, like, I feel like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker would love seeing that. Like, he would be like, oh, shit, I gotta meet this guy. And then the conflict of who's in charge would, like... Because I think for Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, he doesn't really care. He doesn't want to be in charge, right? Like, he's just crazy. Like, he just wants to live his life, but be crazy. So, like, I think it's for Willem Dafoe, it's gonna be a power thing. But for him, it's not. And like that's where it's gonna be like the
Oh yeah, dude. Listen, if you're Warner Brothers and you hear Willem Dafoe say something like that, you gotta be like, all right, come in, let's hear your pitch.
Yeah, let's hear your pitch. Hear it. Let's just hear what you got. Like, I don't care whatever it is. Like, I just lay it on us, dude. Like,
if you're Todd Phillips,
Todd Phillips. Yeah.
Hear this and just go like, nah, I don't want to do it. Like, no. Willem Dafoe.
Willem said what? Willem wants to do what? Like, oh, shit.
Right, bring him in. I want to hear it.
I'm throwing out my script right now. Because, like, because I don't know if you remember back when, you know, the Joker came out and, like, we talked about what could be sequels, right? Like, what are the potential for sequels? Two of my sequel ideas were, what if the sequel is they start introducing his therapist and it's Harley Quinn, and it's an origin story for Harley Quinn where it's literally him breaking down the brain of Harley Quinn and seeing her go crazy in like real time, like, and that could be the movie, which would be interesting. Or it would be Joker, Joaquin Phoenix in the insane asylum while Batman is having his origin story, but we're watching it from the perspective of Joker, not from the perspective of Batman. That would be cool. I would be so for that. And like, we don't have to see the Batman. Like, we don't have to see who's behind the cowl. All we just have to see is that a Batman's out there, and that
just seeing it on the news.
Yeah, seeing it on the news and seeing like all of this happen, that a man dressed as a bat, and like all of that can like just fucking make him go crazy, make him love it, make him want to break out, and then we see that. But hey, man, fuck both of those ideas. If Willem Dafoe wants to be a discount Joker going against the Joker, I want to watch it.
Willem Dafoe's gonna play the Joker. I just don't know when.
Yeah.
I don't know how. But
I mean, you can be Pattinson.
The man said he wants to do it.
Be
like,
Pattinson.
I wonder if like they're gonna be like, we'll hear you out, but hear us out. How about you go toe to toe with Robert Pattinson?
Yeah, you be his Joker. How about that? Because like really, there's a lot of people who could probably play the Joker, and like a lot of like random actors that we're not even thinking about. But like big names, if I'm thinking big names, I'm thinking Willem Dafoe, I'm thinking Johnny Knoxville, and I'm thinking Johnny Depp. Those are my three.
Johnny Depp would be cool. I would like Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp would be interesting. I think he would have been what Jared Leto should have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he could have nailed what Jared Leto should have done.
I could see him doing like the one that wears like the mechanic suit kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Has kind of like the cooler haircut, you know. I could see Johnny Depp doing something like that, being a little more grittier looking.
Have you seen him in like
clean cut?
I think it was Black Bass or Black Mass or Black. It was a movie where he was playing like this crazy mobster, like this older mobster, and like he had a lot of prosthetics on and everything. He looked a little different, but he played this like really dark and like serious mobster, and like it felt like what Jared Leto was trying to do, but a crazy version of that. And I was like, if Johnny Depp does that character but crazy, it'd be fucking nuts. I think it'd be really good. But I mean, hey, I'm putting my flag on the ground again. Johnny Knoxville as the Joker.
As the Joker.
I want it.
It's crazy because I actually think the Johnny Knoxville Joker imposter thing, like Willem Dafoe's idea, but with Johnny Knoxville instead versus Joaquin Phoenix, would be the crazier.
Oh shit!
Would smack more. And
that's
just
good idea.
Willem Dafoe
to be
Pattinson's as like the actual Robert Pattinson, because Willem Dafoe has always been my dream casting for Joker. Like 100%.
Oh, 100%.
Every time I saw those pictures, I'm like, he needs to be Joker.
100%, dude. Him and I mean, like, dude, like, if I'm ever directing a Batman film, and I mean, obviously, I wouldn't do Willem because he'd be way older by that time. But I mean, hey, I would love to see a Willem Dafoe. I would love to see, because like, I don't know if like you've seen the trailer for fucking the new Jackass movie, but bro, Johnny Knoxville laugh, it's there, dude. Johnny Knoxville's got that laugh. And then we saw fucking Spider-Man, right? And then I showed you my Photoshop. Did you see it?
Yeah.
It can work. The Photoshop, it works. Johnny Knoxville as the Joker works. I'm saying it. I want it. I want it to happen.
He does have like the crazy, lanky looking body for it.
He's got the crazy body. He's got the hair that can work. He's got the outfit. He's got the style. And then he's got the laugh. The laugh is like the big one. And Johnny Knoxville has an iconic laugh. And his just the way he moves, like the way he like runs out of frame whenever he does a prank on somebody laughing, like that's just the Joker, dude. Like he reminds me, like if he were to play any version of the Joker, he could probably nail the version from Arkham Asylum, like that version of the Joker. I think he can nail that version, just because like the more like whimsical, more like physical, like 100%. I can see him with that purple shoe and everything.
I mean, you've seen the Boondock Saints, right? I feel like that's a pretty classic. Yeah, everyone's seen. Even Willem Dafoe in that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like that scene where he's listening to the music and stuff, like he's so methodical and just like, God, man was born to play the Joker. It's a shame it hasn't happened.
I mean, bro, he's out here shooting his shot and pitching.
He's shooting his shot.
He's shooting his shot.
I'll still say, like, even if Willem Dafoe doesn't happen, I wouldn't be upset if Joaquin Phoenix Joker was the one that go up against Robert Pattinson. I know it won't happen because I love Joaquin Phoenix's Joker a lot.
I just rewatched it the other day. It was so good.
So good.
Yeah.
We only got such a small glimpse of him as the Joker, like
because that's at the end,
and that scene in the subway when he's just dancing, it's like
so good.
One of my all-time favorite Joker scenes. Yeah,
like that scene, like I was rewatching it, dude, and like that scene's so fucking perfect. Like I was thinking about like the whole trailer, like the trailer itself. I remember when the trailer dropped for the Joker, I was in college, and I showed my film teacher. I was like, "Teach, you have to see this trailer." And she was like, "What's it for?" And I was like, "It's for the new Joker movie." And she was already like, "Ugh, like I don't want to watch it." Like, cause she's like, "I'm not into superhero movies." And I was like, "No, Teach, you gotta watch it." like you gotta watch it. And she was like, "Okay." So she watched it. And she was like, "Wow, like this actually looks like a movie I would watch." And I'm like, it looks good, right? It looks like it's like an actual like good piece on like a good like actual take on mental health and a good take on the Joker, like that hasn't really been covered before. Obviously it's more of an original take, but I mean I would love to see it, dude. The moment where he's like in full guard and like he's putting on like the thing, like basically the moment after he killed his mom, right? And like he goes and he goes back into his place in like the Joker makeup after he like gets fired as the clown. He gets fired from the hospital, and like he just goes straight home, and like he kills his friend, and like the whole scene was his other coworker where he just lets him go, and he's like, "You're always so nice to me," and like ever since then, dude, like, oh my god, like that shit was nuts. Even like the end with like the blood smile, fucking iconic, bro. Like, I agree. I don't think we're gonna get him going against Pattinson. I think we're gonna get probably a different version of Joker. We'll probably get a new Joker. It'll be a shame if it isn't Dafoe, especially with how cool he is with Pattinson already, because like they've done the Lighthouse and everything. Like I'm sure they would love to work with each other again.
Pattinson straight up said that he took a lot of influence for his Batman from working with Willem Dafoe on Lighthouse too.
Boom. How can you not bring him in, bro?
Like they have chemistry. Like those two have chemistry 100%. Together. He should be rivaling him.
Dude, are you seeing how everybody right now is trying to like buy the Batman hats off of people from Little Caesars?
Bro, I saw a tweet. It was like, I just started my first day at Little Caesars and I put in
my 2 weeks. I saw this other one where it was like some guy with like people treating Little Caesars hats like a drug deal, and it's a guy driving up to this guy and he was like, "Hey, you the guy?" He was like, yeah. Like, all right, cool, thanks for looking out. You haven't worn it yet, right? He's like, nah. He's like, all right, cool, thanks. And then he's like, fuck yeah, I got my hat. It was like a drug deal, dude. He was just buying a Batman hat. It's dog.
So crazy.
It's like, oh man, imagine if I did that shit with like my Disney hat, selling my Pim Test Kitchen hat. It's like, here you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I put in my 2 weeks.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff coming out, man. And
a lot, dude. I mean, we got the Batman, we got Moon Knight. It is March 4th.
I think so.
March 4th. Yeah. I mean, apparently, according to Aaron, we're gonna try to watch it together. So,
hopefully. Are we doing HBO Max? Or are we going to the theater?
Is it coming out on HBO Max?
I would assume. I mean, it's
no, dog. We're watching it in the theater. You think we're gonna watch this?
I want to watch it in the theater.
I want to watch it in the theater. Yeah. Just it's not gonna be good enough on Discord. And like, I mean, I love my TV and like with the lights on and everything, it's good. But like, I want to watch that movie in theaters, and I'm sure Aaron is gonna want to watch it in theaters. Like, there's no doubt about that. That's a theater
experience.
100%. Like, if Omnicron or whatever Autobot variant is coming out next,
whatever, give it to me.
I mean, I don't know about that. We'll wear a double mask. We'll double mask. I wear a Batman cowl. I wear a mask and then a Batman cowl over it, and then another mask.
There we go.
See, I'm wearing 3 masks. You know, Batman cowl, regular mask. Oh man, but I mean, anything else you want to get off your chest about Moon Knight or about anything else we missed? I don't think we anything else really.
It's so hard because it was just a trailer, but like,
Yeah,
I'm so ready. I'm so ready to finally see like this character be shown to all these people.
I mean, it really is looking like it's gonna be one of the best Disney Plus shows because as of right now, out of all of the shows we have, is Loki's my favorite still.
Loki's still my
and then
favorite
after
as well.
that, it's not even like it's Loki, WandaVision, Hawkeye, and then
And
Falcon,
then
Winter Soldier. That it?
Falcon Soldier, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't really like WandaVision's finale, but the whole path of WandaVision was really fun for me, so that's why it's my second. But
Yeah, I would agree. I just, and even like with the other shows that are coming out this year as well, like Ms. Marvel and like She-Hulk and stuff.
She-Hulk had a shot for me to be to go up because I love the Hulks. The Hulks are always like any Hulk is like I love them. So like if they do She-Hulk right, that could be one of my favorites. But that's only if they do it right.
Like, it's just, I think more of the stuff that we've already gotten, like because they're very like more core superhero kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I just think what's so exciting about Moon Knight is how different it is.
Yes.
And it's going to be. It's like the first real glimpse into like horror into the MCU I think we're getting.
Yeah.
Besides Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, supposedly.
I mean,
but
I remember before it was Multiverse of Madness, it was supposed to be the original director was like, I'm gonna make the first MCU horror film.
MCU horror film, yeah.
So I don't know. I doubt they're gonna continue on that path of Multiverse of Madness, but man, I didn't even talk about all the potential rumors we've been hearing about Multiverse of Madness. Have you been hearing any of those?
I've heard the Toby one.
I mean, obviously, yeah. There's the rumor that Toby might be coming back because of Sam Raimi, but apparently, rumor has it Tom Cruise Iron Man will be coming in. Patrick Stewart's X-Men, or Patrick Stewart as Professor X.
Professor X.
A version of I don't know if they're doing this anymore, but a version of Black Panther. But I doubt it now because of Chadwick. But apparently, John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic.
I heard about the John Krasinski, but he would be playing
he'd be a variant,
like an alternate.
Yeah, he wouldn't be on MCU. He'd be a variant.
Don't like that. I'd rather, if they're gonna do that, just do the Fox Fantastic Four, bring back the original Mr. Fantastic, and we'll see him again. I don't mind that.
So the rumor that there's gonna be multiple Reed Richards, and that in the Illuminati it's gonna be including the Council of Richard or Council of Reed.
Interesting.
Which obviously the Council of Reed is all of the Reed Richards of the multiverse that were smart enough to figure out about the multiverse or whatever, and and if they did the Council of Reeds, it'd be John Krasinski, it'd be the one from the Fox, it could be another one, or or that would be the way they introduce the MCU, like who Mr. Fantastic is.
I'm so curious as to, because with Spider-Man, we were able to basically confirm that Toby and Andrew were in it just based off the villains that were coming, like that were confirmed, signed on. Because it just didn't make sense. Why bring the villains back, but not the Spider-Man? This one, there are no like official like this person is signed on for it. It's all just rumors.
All rumors.
So I think that's what makes Doctor Strange kind of even crazier, is that like anything's possible.
Anything
just
could
because
happen.
We don't have a confirmation of anything besides Doctor Strange and Wanda are going to be
American
in it.
Chavez.
That's all we know. And America Chavez. I mean, there's the rumors of the kids being on set. I mean, I feel like that's pretty confirmed though, because like there's pictures of them on set. So like, okay, yeah, the kids are coming back.
And then that weird tentacle monster is gonna happen because of a toy leak. But that's it.
Oh well, yeah, they showed up in the trailer too.
And the trailer. Oh yeah, he was in the trailer.
I will say that maybe there's a chance that like White Vision shows up at the end. I mean, I feel like that's gotta be like something that's also kind of like cliffhangered from WandaVision that needs
Yeah,
to
I
be
kind of
resolved.
forgot about that. I kind of forgot he kind of just
Uh,
went away.
Pietro, like, are we gonna get the
The actual
final, you know, the
Quicksilver,
reveal? Because like, if Doctor
Ralph
Strange Multiverse
Boner.
Madness comes out and Ralph Boner is it, like that sticks, they didn't do anything with it.
Nah, that's it, bro. That's
I
it.
will say I will say WandaVision is a flop and a failure. Like I will drop it below.
Oh man,
100%.
I mean,
Because
look,
my only hope is that they will resolve that in Doctor Strange Multiverse Madness 2 and be like, no, it is Quicksilver from the Foxverse.
I don't think they
He
will.
transferred over. But like, if they ignore it completely and it's Ralph Boner is Ralph Boner.
I don't think
Kevin
they.
Feige.
I don't think they will. They will. I don't like. I don't think they will retcon the Ralph Boner thing. But I do think they will bring back Evan Peters as Quicksilver, and they're just gonna say Ralph Boner is his variant. It's bullshit, but you know that's what they're gonna do for everything now.
I need Quicksilver. Yeah, Evan Peters Quicksilver in the MCU.
Like, you know that's what they're gonna do for everything now. They're just gonna be like, all right, well, this is his variant. I was like, the actor is still here, but that's his variant. You see?
And what we know though is that you can look the same. Your variant can look the same
Yeah.
based off of What If.
Mm-hmm.
And even in Doctor Strange Multiverse Madness 2, that other Doctor Strange looks exactly like him. It's not like it's a different person. Yeah. It's literally him. Mm-hmm. So, just because the Spider-Man variants have been different people.
Yeah, they could be different people, but at the same time, they could just be the same. Like think about Sylvie and Loki. They are the same.
Yeah.
But they're completely different.
Person, but they're
like
different. Yeah.
Me and my friend were trying to debate: is Loki and Sylvie dating weird, or is it incestual, or is it like a weird type of like thing? But then he brought up a really good topic: is Sylvie a frost giant? Because the thing that makes our Loki unique is that he's the frost giant version of our Loki. So that would mean if Sylvie isn't a frost giant, she's not theoretically the exact same Loki. She's a different person that just grew up with Loki's life and name, or grew up with Loki's life. That was the Loki replacement of that thing. So like that's why he was like, it's technically not like you're dating the same person or you are the same person, because Loki and Sylvie technically aren't the same person because they didn't have the same frost parents or frost giant parents. Yeah, they were technically both adopted, but technically they weren't the same genetic. You know, like obviously our version of Loki is a frost giant that just looks like that, and Sylvie had a different origin story that isn't frost giant related. So it's like, so that's another example. Like we saw that you could be the same person but be different, right? Like, so that's why Toby, Andrew, and Tom, they're all different people, but they're all Peter Parker. But at the same time, you could have variants of Tom Holland where they're all Spider-Man, but he's still Tom Holland looking like Tom Holland. It's confusing, but what Marvel set up with this whole variant thing is that they could just easily say, oh, he's a variant, or oh, this person is this person. Like, for example, like Daredevil now in the MCU, he's a variant. He's not the Daredevil we know. Kingpin in the MCU, he's a variant. He's not the Kingpin we know from Netflix.
Then that leaves the recastings of the unpopular characters.
I heard you hear about that. Yeah, apparently they're going to be doing that. From what I heard, apparently like more of some of the unpopular characters might be recasted. Which I'm assuming is going to be Iron Fist.
I think Iron Fist is gone.
Maybe Jessica.
I've heard Luke Cage is a 50-50.
Yeah, he could be 50-50.
I feel like Jessica Jones is pretty popular, so I feel like she's safe. Whether they decide to even do Punisher,
yeah,
I feel like it's safe. unless John Bernthal has other commitments and he doesn't want to drop out of those.
I think he
for
loves the
Marvel.
Punisher role, though. I think is what he said.
But I do think he loves the Punisher role, so I think he'd be willing
But it seems
to
like
take less work for Marvel.
it seems like the person that plays Karen and the person that plays Foggy want to come back. But I really hope they don't. I would love to see them come back. I love them. I thought they did great in the Daredevil show.
You also saw Norman Reedus was like championing hard for Ghost Rider, right?
I did see that, but I want to see the Mexican version.
He was kind of pushing it. I think in Multiverse of Madness we'll see variants of Ghost Rider, or like in future stuff we'll see variants.
I want Nicolas Cage,
Robbie Reyes version, but I think we'll get Nicolas Cage too. But if Norman Reedus is Ghost Rider, I'd be down.
Yeah,
and like
I mean, The Walking Dead, we already saw him basically. Yeah, just put a fucking flaming skull on him.
Right. But I mean, it'd be cool to like see like John Bernthal's Punisher and like Norman Reedus' Ghost Rider have like
the Walking Dead moment.
And what if they're fighting zombies like in one of the movies and they're just like, oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
They just look at each other like, have you done this before? It's just like John Bernthal. Have you done this before? Ghost Rider will be like, all the time.
Bro, did you ever watch like Walking Dead like at all?
I stopped after Negan fucking messed people up with the bat.
Okay.
Like that big thing.
I still say one of my favorite scenes in The Walking Dead was when Shane straight up just opens the bar door and just like starts letting all the walkers have it.
Yeah.
That whole entire monologue, dude, that was insane. That's one of my favorite.
Shane was one of the craziest motherfuckers
moments
in The Walking Dead of all time. He did some savage shit, dude. He's done some savage shit.
A character that you weren't supposed to like, but I liked. Like I couldn't explain. I'm like, I like the guy. Like I don't know what to say. Like,
you love to hate him, and you hate that he's bad.
It's like I don't know. Like I'm supposed to hate the guy, but I kind of want this guy to stay.
Bro, homie was fucking everybody.
He's got a lot of good points.
Homeboy was fucking everybody at one point.
Oh yeah, dude. He was the guy I wanted to be. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, he was the guy. If it was a zombie apocalypse, I'd do it too. I mean,
the best friend's wife, you know.
And then fucking what's his fucking name? Andrew Lincoln. Rick Grimes comes in and he plays someone in the MCU.
What if he's Mr. Fantastic?
Oh God, would that be good?
I've seen people like Fang, and I'm like, nah.
I don't think that would be good. I mean, maybe.
No, I really don't know who he could play because like.
If they're a cowboy,
hey, he's a good actor. So like,
like if they're a cowboy,
he could do stuff, but I don't know a specific thing that I would like see him as.
I don't know. The MCU is just getting. Do you feel like sometimes do you feel like the MCU is getting too big?
No.
No, you don't think so?
No, because this is exactly what it should be.
But it should be
like,
just a huge ass like universe.
Because I think that's where Marvel excels, is like having the greatest shared universe of like all time.
I mean that is fair, but then when they're too scared to actually like do crossovers and shit like that, like that's where it kind of like WandaVision was a good example of that. Where just like it was this big ass shared universe, but they were too afraid to go into that big shared universe. I think obviously with No Way Home and Multiverse of Madness, it's a different story. But like I think with them, they're specifically breaching the barrier of like, oh, we want to go extreme, but like like your basic like you're not gonna see like you're not gonna see like Doctor Strange hanging out with Shang-Chi. You know what I mean? Like unless it's a post-credit scene, apparently, like or something like that. But I mean, it's possible. From what I hear, there's gonna be some crazy stuff with the Black Panther 2 film, including
I heard
Namor and Doom. Yeah. Oh, what'd you hear?
So I don't know, but there's a theory going around that Black Panther 2 is gonna take place in the time period after Infinity War and before Endgame. So like the idea that how like in that time period Doctor Strange vanished, and so the Sorcerer's Supreme became Wong. So this would explain, like they're saying that okay, if it takes place during that time period, this would be Wakanda looking for the next Black Panther because T'Challa's gone.
Oh, he snapped away.
Blinked. So they need a ruler. They need someone to be the Black Panther, and that's where they would say like the choice between, what was it? What's her name? His sister, Shuri, and the other guy,
M'Baku.
M'Baku, yeah. And so like, I guess there's been like.
I thought Shuri was snapped though.
No, we never see Shuri. Because she gets knocked out in the with Vision, and then we never really see her again.
Because I think there was a scene where they were showing all the people that got snapped, and one of them it showed Shuri's like face.
So then that would write her. No, she's in the movie. I don't know, but like, we'll have to double check on Shuri.
Yeah, we have to double check.
But I want to say they've never made it official whether she was snapped or not.
Yeah, okay.
But there's reports that the guy that plays M'Baku or whatever
got a pay raise,
and like
be in the movie more.
He's expected to take on
a larger role.
So I would assume he's taking on the mantle of Black Panther.
Yeah,
and that'll explain. Maybe they'll like at the end of the movie, it'll be a time jump where T'Challa comes back and kind of just says, "You're like, I don't know, maybe you're better off being the Black Panther."
Yeah, that's the thing. Black Panther doesn't have to be the king of Wakanda.
Right.
Black Panther is just a warrior for Wakanda. Like it's not. It's a warrior that the king assigns, or like it's a mantle that is won. But like, or the best warrior of Wakanda. It doesn't have to be the king of Wakanda. So you're saying that T'Challa's not dead then?
Because I don't know. Like, there's a lot of people that feel like if they killed off T'Challa, like, how do you do it respectfully? Like, I don't know. Like, they gotta write him out somehow, because obviously we're not gonna see T'Challa ever again.
I do like the idea that maybe. Okay, I like the idea that. Because I do think Shuri got snapped. I do think that was something that like was because I thought I saw a video where people were like, "Oh, who got snapped? Who did it?" And like they were pointing out all the characters. Yeah, look it up. Look it up. I do like the idea of Uatu becoming the Black Panther while he was snapped, right? And that will like tee up. But that wouldn't make sense though, because once he did come back at Endgame, he wasn't the Black Panther. You know, he was just wearing his regular Uatu like clothes when he was standing next to him.
I'm curious. Okay, I'm gonna look up Endgame lipped poster.
Yeah, because it's this scene where they're like in the office and they're having that hologram.
Avenge the Fallen. I'm trying to see.
Oh, Shuri's one of the Fallen.
People online are saying, "Oh yeah, Shuri shows up in one of the Fallen posters." Because I don't think you ever see Shuri get blipped.
No, you don't.
I guess in the promotional images, she is one of
the Fallen.
Yeah, for Endgame it says "Avenge the Fallen" and it shows Shuri as one of the posters.
Yeah.
Interesting. So then, that theory's out because Wakanda Forever has Shuri in it for sure.
No, but unless Uatu didn't get snapped and he did become the Black Panther over the span of like the blip.
It could be that's where the movie starts and it shows that's where he gets the mantle of the Black Panther. They come back, T'Challa gets written out. Maybe it time skips back to present. T'Challa's been written out. They find a way to do it peacefully, respectfully, whether he's dead or he stays alive, just moves on. And then it becomes the power. Maybe it becomes the power. The rest of the movie is the power struggle of, does Shuri deserve it just because she's the daughter, or does the person that is the better leader deserves it?
I think
maybe that's where the movie will like. They'll have to come together and like realize that maybe M'Baku's the better option regardless of like lineage.
Or maybe they'll just say Shuri is the queen and M'Baku is the warrior, You know, the Black Panther warrior, like the representative. Like that's like the like so the queen or like the royalty stays in the bloodline, but the mantle of Black Panther goes with Uatu. Huh? I don't know. They definitely are in a sticky...
movie. Again, I saw that post saying like Black Panther Wakanda Forever is like the most anticipated movie of 2022. I'm like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
It's not.
It's coming out in 2022? Coming out this year?
Is it 20?
It might be, honestly. I don't even fucking know.
Let's look it up.
Because like it sounds like they're gonna be doing something with Namor, and it sounds like and then from what the rumors is that Doctor Doom is gonna be part of it, like in the background. Like they're gonna introduce Doctor Doom first before the other Fantastic Four, but he's not gonna be Doctor Doom. He's gonna be Victor Von Doom, and then he's gonna be like pulling the strings in the background, and Namor will be like one of the bigger antagonists of the film. I don't want to say bad.
Okay, so
I don't know if he will be.
Have they actually confirmed Namor? Or is that just like a?
No, it's just a big rumor.
Because there's even like on Google it says Tenoch Huerta or whatever is playing Namor.
I don't know if it's been confirmed or has it been confirmed? I don't know. Maybe. I just know everyone's saying so because of like the whole Endgame thing where he was like, "There's earthquakes under the water."
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Okay, wait.
He said, "Wait a minute" twice.
Wait.
What are we waiting for?
I was curious. So wait, Riri Williams is confirmed to be in Black Panther 2?
That Ironheart?
Yeah.
She was?
I guess so because
I hope they don't make her Wakanda.
I know
that'd be kind of dumb.
This is Wikipedia, but like Wikipedia is pretty accurate. Like stuff that's not accurate gets taken down pretty quickly. So I don't. It does say that. I think has this girl been confirmed to be?
Riri Williams.
In 2020, she was cast as Marvel Comics superhero Riri Williams Ironheart.
The actress had been casted to be Ironheart
in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
Oh shit! All right.
Before starring in her Disney Plus television series. Okay, so that is confirmed. The Namor thing has not been confirmed.
I really hope she's not a Wakandan. I hope she's like. I hope she's just like someone. So. I hope she's just like someone.
I mean, her name's Riri Williams. She's definitely an American, not.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless they're gonna say she's of Wakandan descent, but she has been Americanized, like kind of like Killmonger, I guess.
Yeah, like Killmonger. I guess we'll see.
I don't know how
it's possible.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, it can work, but we'll see. But man. No. I mean, that casting, though, to me is insane. Tenoch Huerta, he plays one of, like, the main narco guys in Narcos Mexico.
I remember that. I remember hearing about that, yeah.
Yeah, this guy's insane. I'd be sick to see him
Let's go. Namor's a Mexican. I love that.
That's true. But, yes, this comes out November 11th, 2022. Insane to me.
Man.
Marvels comes out in 2023. Thor: Love and Thunder is July 8th.
This year, yeah.
Doctor Strange, May 6th.
Dude, Marvel has been... This last year and this year, Marvel's been fucking gangbusters. They've been killing it. They've been popping it out.
Okay, what do you think of... I saw this on Facebook. Nerdist, specifically.
Okay.
They made an article, and it was titled, Black Widow is the best Marvel standalone film to date.
Have they seen?
And I was like, did y'all watch the same movie I watched? Because definitely not.
What did that mean, standalone?
I don't know. I didn't read the art, but like I saw the comments just trashing.
I was like, bro, have you seen Shang-Chi?
I was kind of like, standalone. Shang-Chi exists.
Yeah, I was like,
that doesn't really connect into Marvel until the end credits.
Yeah.
So no.
I was like, bro. I was like, Shang-Chi came out after, and it's way better.
I would even say Iron Man is probably, like, if we're going to consider the OG one Iron Man, because it's only standalone, there was no Marvel Cinematic Universe yet.
Yeah.
They were like teasing it, hoping it would be successful, but like, yeah, I would say Iron Man 1 is still the best. Like,
Yeah,
I love Shang-Chi, but Iron Man is a solid film throughout, I feel.
that's fair. That's fair. Because I'm trying to think of all the other standalones. Yeah, that's a dumb assessment.
Black Widow is definitely not it, though. Like,
Not it. No, no, not it. Not even for like.
I collect the Marvel Blu-rays. Like, I'll buy them all.
Not buying Black Widows.
I've never bought Black Widow just because I saw it and I was like, I don't need to see this ever again in my life. Like,
Especially
I really
that
don't.
It's on Disney Plus now, dude. I was
It's crazy.
My sister was watching it on the other day in the living room, and like I caught like the last 5 minutes of it, and I was like, like it's nothing too crazy. And then like the other day she was watching Shang-Chi, and I caught the last 5 minutes of that, and I was like, bruh, this movie's fucking the tits. And I was like, and that was just 5 minutes. I'm like, bro, yes, like,
yeah, Shang-Chi definitely is a good movie that I'll watch again. Black Widow, I think even one showing was too much. Like, honestly,
I saw the movie in theaters and I regretted it. I was like, I should have just waited for Disney Plus.
Honestly, Captain Marvel's a better movie. Like, straight up.
Oh, damn.
There's more moments in Captain Marvel that I enjoyed than Black Widow. I really did not like Black Widow, like, at all.
Yeah, Black Widow's kind of dumb.
And it has nothing to do with her being a female lead. Like it has nothing to do with any of that. It's just the movie was so pointless in my opinion, and like they did my boy Taskmaster super dirty, and I hated it.
They did Taskmaster dirty. I think the movie was released at a wrong time. Should have been released way sooner. And on Disney Plus, not because the reason why it wasn't released was because they wanted the theater release, which didn't even make it worth it for them at the end. Like they didn't make that much more. Really. So it was like, and it was still one of the lowest grossing Marvel movies of all time. Like, so it's like they should have just released it when they had the chance, and they should have released it on Disney Plus. It would have, if they would have released it when they released it, it would have made a lot more sense. For the storyline. If it was on Disney Plus, people wouldn't have bad reception because it would have been free for Disney Plus. And then all that, man, like 100%.
Yeah, I think had it just come out when it was supposed to come out, even if I had to pay the $30 or whatever on Disney Plus, I would have at least been like, whatever, you know, like. But I think what made it worse was that they kept pushing it back and making it seem like this was like some crazy theater experience that you had to have. And like when I watched in the theater, I was like,
nah.
Yo, I spent less money on it, but like all that waiting for this, like, it just left a bad taste in my mouth. I didn't like it. And I really can't find any like redeeming qualities of the movie because like honestly, had Red Guardian been like a better character, maybe. But like
100%.
He was such a throwaway character and like just the butt of a joke.
I love David Arbor. I love David Arbor. He's an awesome actor. He did great in Stranger Things. He's one of my big favorite characters. I thought he did great in the Hellboy movie too. But yeah, no, he was just such a butt of a joke, and like the entire time. And he could have been such a cool character, and he really wasn't. Taskmaster was done so dirty. I saw this commentary video. It was hilarious. He was like breaking down Black Widow, and you know, like the prison scene where they have Red Guardian escape or whatever, like, right? Or they help him escape. And there was that big avalanche, and it like covered the entire prison. Those people are dead, bro.
Oh yeah,
those people are fucking dead.
They're fucking dunzo.
Black Widow, the Avenger, killed those people.
There's a lot of stuff wrong with that movie.
Like those people are so dead. Like they're so fucking dead, dude. Like they were just, and like half of them didn't even know what's up. They just like their prisoner doors open and they're like, oh shit, all right, cool, I'm getting out of here, and then dead. Like that was an entire prison with guards, bro.
Like,
dead. GG.
Yeah, what a disappointment of a movie.
Hey man, well, the future for Marvel is looking bright. Future for Star Wars is looking bright. So that's good on both ends. I think we're gonna wrap it up for today. We went a solid 2 hours, dog. Book of Boba comes out in just less than an hour. We're gonna be watching it together, and then we'll get our thoughts as soon as possible. Maybe next week, whenever we have a chance to do a show. But man, any final thoughts, Gabe?
And I'm just hyped. I'm so hyped for
It's a good time
tonight's
to be a nerd.
episode.
Yeah, it's a good time to be a nerd.
March is gonna be insane for me. Like the Batman and my boy Moon Knight. Like
You're right. They're both coming out in March.
Like it's gonna help with my my March sadness. I know it's called March Madness, but for me it's March sadness.
But now it's March Madness, baby.
2020 March was not good, but 2022 March gonna be way better.
Yeah, don't worry, dog. And now it is gonna be March Madness, but for nerds.
Exactly.
Fuck yeah, dog. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. You know, I'm Ferdy. It's Gabe. We out here in the science lab of the Fandation Nation. Gabe, you know what to do. Any shout outs you want to do?
You can catch me on Twitch at Foster. I streamed the other day, finally.
Oh yeah, what'd you play? What would you do?
I streamed some team fight tactics.
Oh, cool.
So I did that for a little bit. I've been saying it for a while now, but I do want to stream Resident Evil 8.
Oh,
I
nice.
still want to get in the rhythm of streaming again before I stream it. So maybe I'll do like a Jackbox stream with my friends or something,
yeah.
you know.
That's always fun.
Then, once I kind of get like a little bit of a viewer base going again, maybe I'll hop into the single player stuff again.
Yeah, I just got a PS5 finally. And I've been catching up on all the games, dude. I just completely 100% beat Spider-Man remastered, or the PS4 remastered. Oh man, that game's fucking tits. I'm just starting Days Gone. It's like a zombie game. I don't know if you played it.
Oh yeah,
it.
it's a good one. I never finished it, but I was streaming it for a little bit.
I just started it. I'm enjoying it so far. It's pretty fun. Is the main character an actor?
Yeah, it's Sam Witwer.
Oh, fucking Darth Maul.
Yeah.
Oh, no wonder. I was like, bro. Yeah. I was like, this guy looks so familiar, but I couldn't put my fucking I couldn't figure it out. But that makes so much. He's Darth Maul, of course.
Yeah.
That makes so much fucking sense. Well,
solid. Killer too.
For me though, it's Fernie, just Fernie on YouTube. I have like 2-3 new videos out. Once a video a week I try. But yeah, we out here almost to 100 subs. Let's go. 91, baby. I'm on the grind.
We gotta get the Future Foundation to 100s, you know.
Oh, 100%. But we just got a sub, or we got a follow on Twitch earlier. # shout out to Edward. And then we're almost at 30 here on YouTube. So, let's go. Fucking hell yeah. I gotta start doing the it's like shorter edited videos, because that's where we definitely got our views before too. Like that that Ralph Boner video got, I think it's like at 3K views right now.
We gotta try to hop back on it for maybe at the end of Boba or something, and if not, definitely Moon Knight. We gotta start trying to.
Well, yeah. If you have any you could definitely help me out with the Moon Knight one. If you know any of like the lore that I'm not, we could work together on it. We could do a video 100%. But yeah, just keep an eye on the channel, guys. Videos will be coming out soon, hopefully. More streams whenever we have time. But yeah, Book of Boba tonight, Moon Knight coming up. The future's looking great, guys. So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you guys. And we'll catch you guys next time, alright? Peace.
Peace.
I'm gonna